go down Jerome's. So Aaron Jones, when he was a greasy grimy Green Bay Packer, it was annoying because he always seemed to do well against the Vikings and always ripping off 5-6 yards per carry. Great as a receiver, great in pass protection as well. Obviously the most Aaron in that offensive backfield for years. And the pride of UTEP, even though getting a little bit longer in the tooth when the Packers let him go this offseason after they signed Josh Jacobs, it was yum time. That's right. And Jones, sufficiently pissed off, came over to the right side of the river, signed up in purple, and he's been phenomenal ever since. And Jones has been great as a leader. He's been great as a true three-down back. And initially when he was brought in and Kevin O'Connell and company stressing physicality and running the ball, you're thinking, okay, Jones and Ty Chandler will be a nice 1-2 combination. Maybe not so much, but Jones has been an absolute workhorse this season for the Vikings, and he is on pace for having career highs in a number of statistical categories. And Jones has had seven 100-plus yard from scrimmage games this year out of 14, and he's really been a breath of fresh air. And even at 30 years young, which he turned in December, but he seemingly has found the fountain of youth and is getting after things. Plus, made in the shade. I love it, man. So Jones this season, so he's got his current numbers as well as pace for a 17-game season, as well as where that pace would rank in terms of his stats year over year. Snaps, 569, pace for 690. Nice, which would be second in his career, second most snaps in his career. And during his time in Green Bay, he was always splitting work. So it's been interesting that even at age 30, he's turned into a bell cow running back, and he really has for the Vikings. Rushing yards, so this is key. 979 currently, just on the cusp of 1,000 yards, on pace for 1188, which would be a career best for him. Right now, his career best is 1121 in 2022. Rushing touchdowns, 5. So basically, he's on pace for a top 4 finish for all of the major statistical categories for his career. Came into the league out of UTEP back in 2017. It's also what's interesting too. Scrimmage yards, he's got 1301 on pace for 1579 or 1580, which would be first, which would top his previous career best of 1588 back in 2019. Also, it's crazy. So it's been a little bit scattered shot. Him finding the end zone. He's got 5. He's on pace for 6.1. It's sort of whatever, right? But also, his career best is 16 rushing touchdowns back in 2019. He didn't make the Pro Bowl, which I don't know who's a Packer then, so screw him. But that's insane, isn't it? Just a smidge, right? Now, Jones hasn't been perfect at times. No. I mean, couple fumbles down at the 1-yard line kind of stink, but he is ripping off 4.6 yards per carry. He's been dynamic in the pass game as well. Plus, we said this before, he's not just the normal running back who just leaks out of the backfield, little dump off or screen passes. Like, he legitimately lines up as a receiver and runs receiver routes, catches the ball away from his body with his hands. It's really damn amazing, man. So Aaron Jones, love that he's found the fountain of youth. Also, the Vikings have done a relatively good job, even with the enhanced workload, of keeping him fresh. And as we've stated many, many times, he was injured last year for the Packers, but at the end of the year, final 3 regular season games and the 2 playoff games, he was a dog, absolute dog. 100 yards rushing in each of those games. Ripping off 5-6 yards per carry. Had 3 touchdowns against the Cowboys, and it was great. And that's what you get with Aaron Jones. He steps up big time in big time games. And for the Vikings, you saw what happened in the Bears game. Beginning of the second half, Kevin O'Connell got a little bit pass happy, and the protection wasn't there. Darnold was a little bit inaccurate, but hey, just putting the ball in 33's gut, and it made a lot of things better. All right, so running the ball is paramount in the playoffs. You got to be able to run the ball and play defense, and everything else is just going to get a lot easier. All right, and Aaron Jones, you got to respect what he's done so far and what he's going to continue to do this year for the Vikings. And frankly, I would not mind having Jones back next year, like Aaron Jones, Ashton Genty combination. Caleb Johnson, maybe. Don't know. Judkins, why not? We'll see. But your thoughts are thoughts. Aaron Jones having a career year, on pace for having a career best season. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.